What's up, guys? It's been a minute. How y'all been? So, comfort shows. They are essential. Comfort shows are one of the most important things in the human experience. Comfort shows are what motivates the average family man to go to work and provide for his family. They put food on the table. You wouldn't be living without comfort shows. They are more important than food, more important than water. Alright, let me stop. But in all seriousness, comfort shows come in clutch. So if you don't know what a comfort show is, let me inform you. A comfort show is a television program that a viewer regularly watches, often multiple times, and provides a sense of familiarity, relaxation, and emotional well-being. These shows make people feel safe, understood, and happy, even if the show itself isn't high quality or critically acclaimed. Thank you, Google. So yeah, these shows can have a nostalgic value, or you could be watching it for the first time. But one thing's for sure, the vibes are immaculate. I'm talking they transcend reality. These shows have the power to comfort you when you're tired or stressed, make you happier whether you're on a high or a low, and pass the time for you when you're bored and have nothing to do. These shows are perfect for any occasion. You become so infatuated with them, they become a part of you. But perhaps the most magical thing about comfort shows is the fact that everyone has one. We all have our own unique comfort show that means something to us. Even the GOAT of hip-hop has his own comfort show.
I go and watch Martin. I go back and watch Martin.
Another thing is that you can have multiple comfort shows too. And that's where this video comes in. Today I will be talking about a few of my favorite comfort shows and what makes them so great. So, the first show, I could never do a topic like this and not mention the GOAT, The Amazing World of Gumball. Bro, it's so good. First and foremost, let me just say this is my favorite cartoon of all time. I think the world, the characters, the different animation styles are all amazing. And the comedy, bro, Gumball has perfected the art of humor. I genuinely think this is the funniest cartoon of all time. Don't get me wrong, I respect the SpongeBobs, the Looney Tunes, and the Ed and Eddies, even though I haven't seen that show. And there's so much more. But Gumball just has that oomph to it that's just perfect. If you don't know what Gumball is, first of all, you're living under a rock. But anyway, it's about this blue cat, his orange fish brother, and going around doing all kinds of things in the weird, colorful town named Elmore. Bro, I have been watching this show ever since I gained consciousness. I've been watching this since 2013. 12 years ago? Jesus Christ. Watching this, Teen Titans Go, Adventure Time, Reckless Show. Bro, that was the life. Just a time to be alive. And this show's been with me ever since then. At first, I didn't like the first 2 seasons as much as the rest of the series, cause the show evolved over the first 3 seasons, animation and comedy-wise. But as I grow older, I appreciate the first 2 more, cause it sets up the world pretty well and some wild stuff still happens in those seasons too. I think the first 2 seasons are top tier cartoon material now, but season 3 and up is the pinnacle of cartoons. I know it seems like I'm glazing, and I am, but sometimes glaze is justified. The world of Elmore is amazing. I think Gumball has great world building, and I feel like that's an underrated aspect of it. The world is so weird and vibrant, and a part of this is because of the characters. Ooh, they're so good, bro. I can't talk about them all because if I do, we might be here for 2 hours. But a few years ago, I did make a tier list. Now, there's definitely some stuff I would change about this, so I might make another one for a video. That'd be fire, especially doing it before the show comes back. And if you want my opinions on it, I'm skeptical, but as long as they keep it exactly how the show ended, it should be good. Props to Disney for bringing it back. And we better still get that movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen Gumball, watch it. Every episode is hilarious, and you're gonna love the characters. I feel like out of the 2010 Big 3, Gumball gets the least recognition in terms of overall views. Now, I'm not gonna act like the show is underrated. It's definitely popular. It's just that people out of my jam, like the 90s and 2000s kids, watch Adventure Time and Reckless Show because how good people say they are, but they miss out on Gumball. So if you're older than me, watch Gumball. If you're younger than me, watch Gumball. And if you're in that 2010s range, you already know what's up. But watch it again because it's peak. So before we jump into the next one, for a sec, I just want y'all to separate the art from the artist and admit that Victorious and iCarly was goated. In fact, the entire Snyderverse was. Now, when I say this, I love all of these Nickelodeon shows. But man, when I tell you Victorious, iCarly, and Sam and Cat was my joint, I couldn't tell you how many days were dedicated to just Nick Teen binging these shows. So you probably know what Victorious is because you saw it on a vid and clicked it. But basically, Victorious is about these teenagers that go to Hollywood Arts, a special school for students who specialize in the arts. like music, theater, and other stuff. Random thing to start off with, but I always like that each student had their own custom locker. That was always fire to me. And bro, this cast is legendary. Now, of course, we have the nice, friendly, and very talented protagonist, Tori Vega. We all know Tori. We mess with Tori. But then we got the GOAT, Andre. This man has so much aura, bro. Bro was like the best right-hand man, and he can cook up a song in minutes. Then we got the sweet, innocent, and dumb Cat. The lovable loser, Robbie. Can't forget Rex. Beck, the hot Canadian. And mean, ruthless, Jade. Oof. Bro, Jay had me acting up, I'ma be honest. Something about how she'll crash out irrationally over the smallest stuff and how she enjoys the suffering of others but be quick to make a banger song just does something to me. Bro, she can sing, she can act, and most importantly, she can beat me up. Enough said. There's a reason Beck was with her for so long. Even Andre wanted some of that. But anyway, this cast is so fun and the side characters are good too. Bro, Psychowitz, Sinjin, Lane, bro, these guys are hilarious. Bro, Trina gotta be one of the biggest fraud characters ever. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, the songs were always a banger. Every time they had an event, bro, a legendary episode. Bro, the episode they had to play as characters at Psychowitz's house, you can't make this stuff up. It's just peak. The Robbie Hospital episode, the Parade Float one, there's too many bangers to count. And when I say the entire Snyder versus Goated, I mean it cause iCarly, bro. I love iCarly. If your favorite character wasn't Spencer, get out of my face. Honestly, if it wasn't either Spencer, Gibby, or T-Bone, just click off the video. Nah, I'm trolling. Please don't leave. Please. I haven't seen the reboot or remake or revival. I don't know what you call it, but I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's very good. And I just want to say Sam and Freddie gotta be my favorite teenage sitcom couple ever. And I know some good ones. But I've always messed with the rival to lovers trope, and I low-key think this was my first exposure to it, which probably explains why I like it. And bro, Sam and Cat, this was my shh. For some reason, I always like Sam and Cat more than the first two. And I know that sounds crazy because this is a spinoff of the other two, which are very popular shows. But I don't know, it felt more comfy and down to earth. Like they didn't have a popular web show or was at this special school just performing and meeting celebrities and stuff. It was just about two girls living together with the babysitting business. But yeah, it was chill. Although they were best friends with an MMA fighter and his manager was a child, but still. Plus, I liked that their cast was just so much more random. Like, obviously, Sam and Cat aren't the first person you think a show will be based on. But then the other main characters are Cat's grandma, their 12-year-old neighbor, and an MMA fighter. Like, yeah, I bet that wasn't on the bingo board. And I don't care, their theme song was the best out of the three shows. Leave It All to Me is close though, and Make It Shine is still a banger. But Zoe 101 clears the ball, and it's no contest. And another thing I really like about these shows is they were really weird. No, not in that way. But the most random and out of place things would happen. Especially with iCarly because of the web show and whatever Spencer's making, and well, give it. But yeah, I really love all of these shows equally as much. But I wanted to talk about Victorious especially today because that's the one I'm rocking with the most right now. But trust me, the order swaps around frequently. But anyway, on to the next. Oh, and real quick, I just wanted to highlight a great example of Victorious and Gumball being perfect comfort shows for me. When my family had moved at the beginning of summer about 3 years ago, all summer I was adjusting to my new home and wondering what school was going to be like. And that night I would watch these shows going to bed and even sleep with them as background noise. And that's all, you know, just a little wholesome story to complement the vid. So, on to the next comfort show, aka the inspiration of this video. We have the well-beloved show, 16. 16, man. Gosh, I love this show. It played such a crucial role in comforting me this past school year. Specifically the second semester. This show carried the vibes. Well, maybe not carried, but we're not there yet. But whenever I was exhausted, usually from all-season workouts, and I barely felt like doing anything, I was turning on this show and felt good vibes. Bro, this show made me happy when I was tired, angry, sad. It didn't matter the circumstances. It always had me at ease. Just the characters and the comedy and the chillness is just, ooh, so good. I gotta give y'all the rundown. So basically, it all started with Total Drama, one of my favorite cartoons ever. Literally top 3. But anyway, when I finish watching something I like, I go to YouTube and watch a bunch of videos about it. So this led to me watching a lot of TD YouTubers. Shoutouts to Noah, TD, Ricky, Silly Billy, and everybody else. That's childhood right there. So from watching these YouTubers, especially Noah, I learned about Fresh TV and her other shows, 16 and Stoked. Now some years back, and I mean a while ago, maybe like 4 years ago, I watched Stoked when it was on Netflix. Breezed through the 2 seasons, loved the show. But it took me a year after that to finally give 16 a try. It was Thanksgiving break. family was staying over, and I just remember watching it all night. I really loved the show, but unfortunately I fell out of the show before the break ended. And it took me 3 years in 2025 to finally start back watching it again. And from January to late May, it's been my go-to comfort show. Now, the plot. So basically 16 is about, 16s who spend 89% of their lives in the mall. I'm being so for real. Whether they're working their minimum wage shifts, going out on dates to the movies, or just hanging out at the food court, they're there. They practically live there. Real quick, I just want to talk about how they have a mega mall. Like every store of every kind is here. In the show, they say it has 936 businesses. Which, do any real mall has that many businesses? Because that's crazy. The main characters are Jen, the responsible, organized one of the group. Wyatt, the artistic, anxious, easygoing member. Nikki, the mature rebel and social activist member. Jonesy, the playboy and hustler member. Jude, the stunner, laid back skater dude. And Caitlin, the new member. She's nice, thoughtful, but the material girl of the group. This is the squad. Real quick, I want to say I appreciate how the different types of people the characters are, while still making them as tight as they are. It just shows you don't have to be the same to be close friends with somebody. You can do your own thing while respecting other people's lifestyles. Oh, and when I say they're tight, I mean they're tight. Like the roots go back to kindergarten. At least with the first 5 I mentioned. Caitlin is the newbie of the group, but she fits in quickly. The writers did a really good job making this friend group. These are like the best friends you can possibly have. They support and sacrifice a lot for each other. When they do one friend wrong, they always try to make it up to them. This makes the friend group so chill to watch and makes you feel like you're there with them. The friendships feel so genuine, like none of it's forced. No one relationship feels closer than another. And when it comes to clutching up for the group, you gotta bring up the main man, Jonesy. He can't keep a job to save his life, but the times he's actually good at his job, usually he gives it up to save one of his friends. Jonesy's not even my favorite character, but I had to point that out. I just like characters that are more than they appear. Like from the outside looking in, he's self-centered and rude, but when he shows that he's actually kind and selfless, you really start to mess with him. Also, the side characters are fire too. Like Darth, Ron, Rent-A-Cop, Coach Halder, Wayne. Bro, this cast is just heat. Another thing that I like about this show is that it connects teenage life well with the real world. For a show made 20 years ago, a lot of things have stayed the same, although maybe a little different. This show tends to be very relatable. It has a lot of mature themes that I feel most cartoons don't address, because most are aimed at middle schoolers and below, so that is very refreshing. And another way it connects to teenage life is through relationships and love. It shows heartbreak, nervousness, anxiety, thinking you won't find anybody, breaking up. And also the show's relationships are very good too. We obviously know which one's the best, but some of my other favorites are Wyatt and Marlo and Jude and Star. One more thing about the characters that's amazing is that they each have their own arcs that they face throughout the show. This gives the characters more of a sense of originality from each other. Wyatt had this Serena breakup arc. Jen learns to hang loose and adjust to her new life with her new stepbrothers. Caitlin learns to spend her money more responsibly. Jude with his grades. And Nikki and Jonesy's relationship. The friend group helps each other with each of these challenges. And seeing them grow to become better people just make you love the group even more. Some of my favorite episodes are the first Christmas episode, Jonesy and Nikki's first date, the episode with the Goths, the wedding episode, the baby delivering two-parter, the dance where the girls had to ask out guys, the episode where Wyatt was rizzing up the pop star, of course the amazing special snow job, probably my favorite episode, and lastly the finale. Speaking of which, finishing this show was very sad for me. I've become emotionally attached to these characters in this setting, in this show in general. The final episode was also very emotional. I love everything about it. And a lot of people really wish this show kept on going. And although I would have loved more 16, I feel like 91 episodes and 2 specials ain't that bad. It's a pretty successful run compared to other shows that I really like, so I'm satisfied. Although I would love to get an 18 if the show ever comes back. Oh, and if I had to rate the main characters for which ones I like the most, it would go Jen 6, Caitlin 5, Wyatt 4, Jonesy at 3, Jude at 2, and Nikki the GOAT at 1. If you haven't seen 16, I would highly recommend watching it. It cracked my top 10 and is sitting at number 6 right now. So congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. If you're hearing this, I truly appreciate you for making it this far. This video was very fun to make, whether it was writing the script or editing, I very much enjoyed it. Real quick, I wanted to apologize to you, not only because it's been a long time since we last spoke, but also about my inconsistency. This video should have been out way earlier, but at least we made it. I'm definitely gonna drop faster and more consistently from now on. You see, I have a big procrastination problem, and quite frankly, I'm just lazy. but I hope you stick around though. I have a lot of ideas for more videos to come with different topics and styles because Bewitting is more than just a reviewer. I promise not to take a big break like I did from last year to now. If you liked today's video, I would love it if you leave a like and subscribe for more of these wonderful low budget vids. If we get 5 likes on this vid, I'll drop Comfort Shows Part 2. So go ahead and get to smacking. My first like goal. Wow, that feels amazing. Let's reach it too. But yeah, expect a new vid to drop in at least 2 weeks. If not, I'ma punish myself. Now, I've done enough yapping, so sayonara. Finna go watch some Kim Possible. Oh, and remember, real stars aren't afraid of the dark. Play that new.